You know that feeling when you look at a block of code and your brain just shuts down? It looks like a completely different language, right? Well, what if I told you it's actually as simple as planning a party? Seriously. Okay, so let's dive in and break down the absolute basics of programming, and we're going to use the greatest graduation party ever as our guide. All right, so let me introduce you to Cindy. She's in charge of organizing this massive grad party with her friends, and, well, everyone is kind of starting to freak out. You've got food, music, decorations, it's a lot. Her friend Jordan is especially stressed out, and that feeling, that's our starting point for, well, everything. And let's be real, that's a question we've all faced, haven't we? Whether it's a party, a huge school project, or some big task at work, the secret isn't about working harder, it's about organizing your thinking. And that, right there, is exactly what programming is all about.
Okay, so first things first. If you're gonna plan a party, you have to keep track of like a million little details.
I mean, you can't just keep all that information floating around in your head. How many bags of chips did we get? Who was supposed to bring the soda? You would absolutely go crazy trying to remember it all. You need a system.
Now, in our party plan, we jot this stuff down on some notes, right? Super simple. Well, in programming, we do the exact same thing. We just call those notes variables. Think of them as just little containers for facts, little bits of info that we want the program to remember for us.
And just look how simple this code is. We're literally just telling the computer, hey, let the number of chip bags be 5, and let's say the number of sodas is 12. That's it. You just made a variable. So instead of yelling across the room, hey, how many sodas we got? Now you can just check your note.
All right, so we're storing all of our little details. That's great. But what about the big jobs? Remember Jordan? He's still stressing about the music. We're talking playlists, speakers, volume levels. It's a lot for one person to handle.
See, the problem is doing the music isn't just one task. It's a whole bunch of little tasks all rolled into one. And you really don't want to have to go through all those steps every single time you want to change the song. It's just inefficient and honestly, super stressful. So what do you do in real life when a job is too big? You delegate, right? Cindy's like, you know what? Let's just give all the DJ tasks to Serena. From now on, she's in charge of everything music related. In the world of programming, that's what we call a function. You just group a bunch of related tasks together, slap a name on it, and you're good to go. And this makes things so much simpler. We've basically created our Serena. It's a function we're going to call play song. So now whenever we want music, we don't have to worry about all the little details. We just call her name, tell her what song to play, and boom. It's kind of like just texting Serena the song name and she handles the rest. Easy.
Okay, things are coming together. Our party is getting organized, we've got our details stored, we've got our DJ. But what about the stuff we can't control? You know, like the weather. For that, we need a plan. We need some rules.
I mean, this is the classic party planning problem, right? It's a major decision point. We can't just cross our fingers and hope for the best. We need a clear plan A and a solid plan B. The whole outcome of the party really depends on this one single thing.
And the rule itself is super simple. If it's sunny, it's a pool party. But if it's anything else, we move the whole shebang to the gym. This kind of decision-making has a name. It's called flow of control. Pretty cool, huh? Because it literally controls which way the party, or in our case, the program, is going to go.
So, here's the crucial part. This simple party rule translates directly into code. That if-else statement you hear about, it's just a way for our program to look at a situation, check the rules we gave it, and then make a choice.
See what I mean? The code literally reads just like our plan. Hey computer, if the weather is sunny, do this. Otherwise, do that. The program isn't doing some kind of magic here. It's just following the clear, logical instructions we already wrote down.
All right, now for what is, let's face it, the worst part of planning any party. The tedious, boring, super repetitive tasks. I'm talking about sending out all those invitations. Ugh.
Just imagine having to send the exact same text message to 50 different people. Okay, text Bryce, send. Text Alice, send. Text Jordan, send. Over and over again. It is absolutely mind-numbing, and it's exactly where you're most likely to mess up. Nobody wants that job. Nobody.
Thankfully, computers are amazing at boring repetitive tasks. They love it. And in programming, we have this awesome tool called a loop that is designed specifically for this kind of thing. It's basically the hero that saves us from the nightmare of copy-pasting forever.
Now, I know this might look a little complicated at first glance, but the idea behind it is so simple. We're just telling the computer, hey, for every single person on our friends list, I want you to send them this exact message. And poof, it does all the work for us perfectly every single time and saves us from going totally nuts.
Okay, last big idea, I promise. We've automated the invites, which is awesome. Now let's talk about organizing all the good stuff, the snacks. We've got chips, pizza, nachos, cookies. How do we keep a list like that organized?
The answer is something called an array. And please don't let the technical name scare you. An array, it's just a list. That's it. A simple list for keeping similar things all grouped together.
I want you to think of it just like the snack table at the party. You've got all your goodies lined up right there in one spot. It's organized, it's super easy to see what you've got, and everything is in one convenient place.
And here's exactly what that looks like in code. We just create a list, we call it snacks, and then we put all our items inside these square brackets. It is literally just like making a shopping list, but you're making it for the computer.
So let's do a quick recap of everything. Tracking all this supplies, that's just using variables. Delegating that big DJ job to Serena, well, that's creating a function. Making that crucial rain plan, that's our if-else statement. Automating those awful, boring invites, that's a loop. And organizing that beautiful snack table, that's our array. See, you've been thinking like a programmer this entire time, and you probably didn't even know it.
And really, that's the big takeaway here. Programming isn't some kind of mystical, secret art form. It's just a structured way of thinking and solving problems. So the next time you're facing a complicated task, a super messy project, or even just a chaotic morning routine, I want you to ask yourself, if this were a program, how could I organize it? What could I debug?